Girl, what's going on in the building?
How are you today?
I am here. It's almost the weekend,
It is.
I'm good.
Okay, so guys, let me apologize first. We did not come Wednesday because I had some stuff going on. And then tomorrow I have some stuff going on too. So I'm going to give you a 2-for-1er today. We're going to give you the live for our review for the Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm excited that we just got one show because that means, we ain't going to be on too long. And then we're going to go into the hot topics with another
Not at all.
So y'all just going to have to rock with us for a little bit. Y'all stay right here on both channels. If you on Facebook, what's up, Facebook? If you on YouTube, what's up you on YouTube? We coming right back. After this, we come right back live again with our hot topic. So we're going to do this Housewives of Atlanta first, all right? RHOA, season 15, episode 12. We are in Portugal, okay? So we pick up where we left off, where Kenya is back from the hospital because, she fell. She feeling better. She says she ain't broke nothing. She can walk, okay? And she is excited about it. After we see a bit of the playback that went down with while Kenya was in the hospital, Kandi, when she came back home, they start having a girls' night situation, and they were talking about stuff. You know how when you get with your girls, because I have girls' trips, when you be talking about stuff, oh, girl, when you did this, never have I ever did this, that. So supposedly the topic of kissing a girl, being with a girl, making out with a girl, having sex with a girl, whatever, girl on girl action came up, and Drew was like, I ain't never done that. And Kandi was like, I guess, because I watched her speak on it afterwards. So I was able to hear a bit more from Kandi. But she was saying, well, you did. Like, when you kiss LaToya, you kiss somebody. What type of thing. And Drew was like, I never kissed LaToya. What are you talking about? Now, if you're a fan of RHOA, I didn't watch last season, but I did watch the season with LaToya, where on that reunion, LaToya said, we kissed. I did see LaToya say that, and then Drew was like, no, we didn't. So Drew has been denying it. It's not like Drew all of a sudden is denying it, and she said it. She did it before. She denied it back when LaToya said it on the actual reunion show, but LaToya said it did happen. LaToya also said it on Kandi Speak on It. That did happen. So LaToya initially was forthcoming and saying that this did happen. However, I suppose LaToya has recanted and no longer is saying it happened, which I didn't know. But so they were talking about it, going back and forth, blah, blah, blah. And Marlo was videotaping the situation and sent it to LaToya. So when Drew was like, I ain't never touched her, I wouldn't, da, 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 Marlo was filming that. And she sent the actual recording to LaToya, who is no longer on the show. So LaToya then texted Drew what Marlo sent her because they've been talking about her. So, girl, just a whole bunch of stuff that night. Do you think she did it or not, Karma?
Oh, she did it. I think she did it.
Okay.
I think she did it because Kandi ain't the only one. She's not the only one. Marlo called her a liar. Sheree called her a liar. Kenya said she was coming down the steps, and they did do a flashback of King coming down the steps that night to get something for Brooklyn. So she probably did it. she was married obviously at the time. So I get it. You're trying to make sure it don't look like you was cheating on Ralph, but lesbian stuff happen all the time on girls' trips. I'm not sure. We've already done this type of thing before. So I don't know why she's just like I don't know why we get a lesbian gay every other season on
What?
RHOA. Like just you kiss the girl you like this, move on. Just
Right,
move
the thing
on.
is, like, why are you doing something that you don't want nobody to know? I don't know. She ain't have to kiss her. Like, if it was really that big of a deal, Drew, you shouldn't have kissed her. You on a reality show. They tape it. Even though the cameras wrapped, there was like security camera. Like, it could come out, right? If you're a celebrity, you're on a reality show, stuff you do come out. People trying to do crimes and stuff, going to jail. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just irritated because you're acting like it's really a big deal. And no one is making it seem like a big deal but you. Because she didn't say we slept together, we had sex. She said they kissed. So, like, I would think that Ralph would be like, oh, word? You kissed her? I would think it'd be a big deal. But maybe Ralph did make it a big deal. Like, I don't know. But I'm just concerned, like, why is she making this such a big deal? Like, it doesn't seem like anybody is making
I don't know. A ninja going back and forth. A ninja going back and forth and his whereabouts are unknown will not make a big deal about me kissing a chick. So
Right.
I feel like even if it was a big deal, you could have won that argument easily.
Yeah.
Because we still don't know what he was doing.
Exactly.
That season. So I mean, Tyler Perry, Why I Get Married, and Jill Scott was driving up that hill trying to save her marriage. Sheila just trying to save her marriage. She's just trying to save her marriage because this is dumb, girl. This is so dumb. Okay. And I'm tired of the lesbian gay every other season. You kissed her. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody lying on you. For what?
Yeah, it was
for so Ralph? Weird. For Wreck-It Ralph? Nobody lying on you.
Yeah, it just was weird. I just thought it was weird that she was running down that hill. Like, girl, okay. So anyway, the next day, Drew and Sheree are talking. Drew's mad that Marlo filmed her. Monyetta tells Kenya about the ladies and how, what happened as far as the kiss and the argument, all that kind of stuff. She also tells Kenya how the ladies were warning Courtney about her cousin Drew. And I don't know how I felt about Monyetta telling Kenya that. Because it was going back like snitching in this, like in this other way. I do know that that's your friend, so whatever you updating your friend. But the way Monyetta presented it to me seemed like she was snitching, and I didn't like that. Also, they get on the bus, they get ready to go to the next thing, and Monyetta spits bars. Did she spit hot fire or was it garbage? That's the questions I wrote. So, update. What do you think about Monyetta and what she told Kenya? And do you think Monyetta has bars? What was her name? Money Shaw? What was her rap name?
It was Money Shaw because she was I don't feel like that scene captured Monyetta's talent because Monyetta can also sing and stuff. I just feel like she shouldn't have did that one. Shouldn't have did that one. I don't need that on Apple Music, but I do think Monyetta is definitely talented, but I don't need that one on Apple, honey. You ain't got to drop that on Spotify or SoundCloud. We don't really need that particular bar. But Monyetta is talented, and I did not agree with Marlo. I don't agree with any of them that record after cameras are down, just out there, because I feel like that's the time where y'all are supposed to relax a little bit. So when they film each other off production, that's like being off work. You get me? When the cameras is down, they wrap them fucking cords up and go. I should be able to kiss whoever. And it shouldn't be a problem. So I don't really care for Marlo or anyone else filming when cameras are down, just in general.
I think more than just filming.
That's like me going out with my
coworker. To me, Marlo was totally wrong for filming, but it took it another level. You sending stuff out. Like, girl, like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like that at all. But then finding out that Monyetta was recording too.
Because Marlo is the type of chick you don't go out with coworkers with.
You don't. You stay at work and that's it. We ain't hanging out after work. Not Marlo. I don't want to hang out after work. No, thank you. I can't go, I'm busy.
That's why I said she the type of coworker be the ones that people say I don't want to go drinks with after work because she gonna go back and tell everybody what we done did after work. She that type, and I don't like it.
Okay.
I didn't care for that.
What did you think about Monyetta telling Kenya about the aftermath and about warning how Courtney was warned from the ladies?
I feel like Monyetta was earning her check this episode. Okay. I feel like Monyetta was earning her check. She made sure she dropped the gems where she needed to drop them at. I didn't feel any way about Monyetta telling her. I don't really feel like Monyetta over exaggerated. I do think there is a little bit of a them versus Marlo and them. I feel like the tension is there. So I do feel like anytime they can swing somebody to be upset with one of those girls, I think both sides do.
Yeah.
I think both sides collude right now because they can't stand the other side.
The only person I don't think does that is Kandi. So, I don't think Kandi does that at all. I don't feel like Kandi wants anybody to choose sides. I think Kandi just wants you to be authentic when you with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like Kandi is that person that's probably because Kandi got a real life and she busy. So she really ain't got time to worry about the alliances and who's friends and what they say. You know what I mean? Like, if Monyetta would have brought that to Kandi, like, yeah, they was talking about Courtney. Kandi would have been like, oh, okay, girl. And then, like, it would have been, you know, like nothing versus Kandi, like, oh, so they were telling her this, really? And then, you know what I mean? But Kandi a mean girl. But Kandi is just real chill. So I do feel like it's the talls versus
Kandi
the smalls.
Just gonna say, I don't feel, you know, Kandi with loyalty.
Yeah. She is for loyalty. And I don't know about it being.
Yeah, you know, Kandi just big on loyalty. So
they're just talking about like Sheree, Sonya, and Marlo are over here, and you got Kenya and Kandi over here. And the reason
you got Kenya. You got more than Kenya. You got Kenya, Kandi, Monyetta, and it's supposed to be Drew versus Courtney.
That's right.
Sonya, Sheree, and Marlo.
So the reason why
that's what I'm saying. Like, so now you got beef with Kandi and they trying to shit. You get what I'm saying?
I don't know. I feel like
it's 4-on-4.
It's like friendship and true alliances. So I'm not counting Monyetta because Monyetta doesn't really. She feels like a supporting character to me at this moment. Like, she still doesn't have like a story where she need to pick sides. She really don't matter yet. But Kenya and Kandi have like a real friendship, right? Kenya can do without Drew. Kenya like, okay, hey, Drew, bye, Drew. Like, she don't care. So Drew kind of on the wayside too, for real. Kandi was cool with her, but Kenya not so much. She don't really care. The only person that Kenya really rocked with was Kandi. So that's why I said just Kandi and Kenya, because Kenya really ain't on none of the girls like that. She don't care. She can do without them. She like Monyetta. She give Monyetta, you know, a little bit, but even still, when we saw her talking to Monyetta, like, why would you do this? Like, she don't care about none of them but Kandi, and that's facts. But I don't know. I feel like Kandi don't care. Like, Kandi's not invested like that in any alliance. She is Kandi, and she stands alone, and she's okay with it. I like that about her, though. I do like that about her.
At this point, Kandi a part-time peach holder.
She is
making full-time wages part-time. Kandi don't give a goddamn. Kandi don't care.
Right. Okay, so
but she is gonna care about what the fuck Drew done said though. That's gonna come up in that reunion. I tell you that.
Oh, she did. And you know what? She just did the reunion too. They just recorded it, so I'm excited. Kenya,
she approached Drew about what the fuck she said.
Of course. So Kenya, be sure to let Drew know that her cousin wasn't riding with her. Like, like Kenya had to make sure, like, yeah, so your cousin was over there and she's not riding with you. That's interesting. I be like, Kenya, girl, sit down. You already fell and hurt yourself. This ain't really your fight. Let these girls have this little petty fight. I feel like Kenya should be above all of it because, number one, you weren't even there. You was in the hospital. Number two, you don't really like none of these people because your friend ain't here. So for real, I feel like Kenya should be just enjoying herself and sitting back and not inserting herself in it. But again, she earning her check, so I gotta let her do what she do. But I was like, Kenya, why you in this? This ain't even, let these girls fight on their own. This ain't even for you. Let them fight on their own. But okay, so we get to the sound bath, right? I want to do this. Karma. I want to do a sound bath. because it looks relaxing to me. It looks relaxing. Sheree's trying to get rid of. So listen, let me just before I tell y'all what I was thinking about. Sheree had them do the sound bath. You know, she got the fibroids, so she's trying to get rid of stress. So they go and they lay down in this room, and the guy makes them lay back and close their eyes and visualize stuff, whatever. And he's playing all this noise. It's all these ding, bong, bong sounds and stuff like that. And you're supposed to breathe in and release the stress, and it's incense going and stuff like that. If they had a little bit of THC in the atmosphere, that probably would make it even more deep. But I really want to do a sound bath. I think that it would be a fun experience. And I think it could probably be helpful too. Because I do like to just sit back and meditate. I think it might be nice. So Sheree's thinking about fibroids. That's all she's thinking about. Sanya wants to work things out with her sister. Drew says a lot's been going on in her marriage with transparency and infidelity. It's weighing heavy on her mental health. So that's what she's thinking about. Although she's trying to keep it together, that's what's in her forefront. Kenya wants another baby. She loved Brooklyn so much, and Brooklyn is so amazing. She feels like Brooklyn should have a sibling. So she wants to give her a baby. That's what's on her mind. And then we got Marlo, who's thinking about effing Scotland. Like, that's just what she was thinking about. After the bath, Kenya then has a moment where she's thinking about how much she loves Brooklyn, and it gets emotional for her because she feels like Brooklyn is just so amazing and it's so wonderful. She deserves a sibling. What did you think about the sound bath and Kenya having like a little moment about wanting a baby because she wants the baby to be there for Brooklyn?
I really empathize with Kenya wanting more children. I do, because you know she's always wanted to be a mom. So I empathize with her with that. I just think that she should rethink about them embryos because of the issues she has with Mark. I just think that may cause more stress than she may realize. You know, so I don't have any ways. You know, I like it, and I empathize with her a lot with her story and stuff like that. And I do think I am interested to see if Kenya went to therapy and kind of healed from her mommy issues. I wonder if she would still have the same outlook with wanting more children.
Right. Because okay.
Or is she just trying to compete with being a better mother than her mother?
I feel like I understand. Because at first I was watching it like, is it really for Brooklyn or is it for you, Kenya? That was the thing that threw me off. Because she was like, I love Brooklyn so much and Brooklyn's so amazing and this is for Brooklyn. I feel like Brooklyn should have this. Brooklyn deserves a sibling. Brooklyn. And it's like, is it for Brooklyn or is it for Kenya? That's number one. But I do understand that thought process because when I had, you know, my son, he was playing and I had a thing where I wasn't going to have any more kids if my daughter got to double digits. But my daughter she's an introvert and she always wanted a sibling. And then me growing up the only child, my mom got, had really bad health issues. Everything fell on me. I did not have a sibling I could hold hands with and talk to and map stuff and plan stuff out. It is all on me being the only child. And I did not want that for London. So the reason that I did go ahead and be like, yeah, I want to have another kid. I wanted another kid, but I also didn't want London to be lonely. I didn't want, if something happened to me, she's by herself. I didn't want, you know what I mean? So I do understand. Once I sat and I thought about Kenya's stance, I was like, I did the same thing. You know what I mean? And it really was for her because I wanted her to have
that's what I said.
A bond with somebody. Yeah, I did want her to have that. So I do understand. And then being a single mom, and not being with her father and doing it by myself, I was like, if something happens to me, my daughter is really by herself. She's by herself. So, that really influenced me having another baby. So I understand that part. I think you froze on me. You did? Okay, yeah, you did. I think you did. You there? You good? You okay?
I think I'm freezing.
Yeah,
you keep freezing. So as I said, I try to switch my Wi-Fi network, my Wi-Fi network to see if it was better. Okay, I think.
Hey, Razzie Poo. I'm sorry, I just not looking at the comments. Hi, Razzie. I have my notes blocking the screen. Hey, boo-boo. We see you, baby. Why Coco Jones as this new Moesha? That was a joke. That's not real. That's not real because
Yeah, I don't need a new Moesha.
I don't need a new Moesha. She can have her own show called Coco, but not. No, 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 no. Okay, so let's keep it going. Sheree is talking. I don't know why I wrote this. I don't even remember it now. She was talking about witches. I don't even remember.
Well, she did say something about witches. What did she say?
I don't even remember. I just wrote Sheree talking about witches. I don't know. I like witches. I love Harry Potter, so I don't know what's wrong with you.
I don't know. I don't remember what she said. I know that Marlo was acting like a sound bath. She just wanted to pray and read the Bible. I was like, Lord Jesus. Do you really read it though?
Probably not.
Or do you just skim through it? You know, is you really reading?
Yes. Okay, so Drew tells Marlo not to, no, because they go back to dinner. I'm sorry, they go back to dinner. They talk about the recording. Monietta recorded too, but she stopped recording once they said, okay, stop recording. Like at first they was getting a little bit of stuff. And I noticed that too. I don't want to say you can't record at all once they go because, well, if you can record when they're filming, because Dr. Heavenly from Married to Medicine just posted a reel on Instagram and they're on their girls trip. So in order for her to get that kind of footage, it has to be most likely when the cameras are gone, because we know from Love and Marriage Huntsville, Melody was going live and they made her put her stuff away. So they might not want you to record while you're taping.
That's apples and oranges. You know, us filming a segment of us having fun is a lot different than filming some form of conflict when production goes down and then sending it to somebody outside of the group.
Right.
So like, now you trying to bring something outside of production onto production platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think even with Real Housewives of Potomac, when they went last season to that Miami trip and then the cameras went down.
Robin.
You know, Robin and them, and they always showing each other's vaginas and stuff like that. They gave us a little tidbit, but we don't really know the extent of that night, right? Because there's just some things you just want to kind of have a little moment with, you know, without that. So I don't like that Marlo did that. You want to record, bitch, record the plate and put it on TikTok. Don't sit here and record that I'm kissing the bitch and tell the bitch I said it.
Right. That's what I mean. I mean, like Monietta recording, because that's the difference. So when I mentioned Heavenly and what she was doing, this is me saying Monietta recording could just be for content, quick stuff or whatever, because Monietta said once they said, all right, put the cameras down, she stopped. Marlo kept going. So I guess it started getting a little bit interesting. It's like, hey, put the camera down. Marlo's still like, and that's shady. And it's even more shady that you sending messages out. Like, you
I done recorded a couple of arguments in our little group or whatever that was funny, but I wouldn't have posted it. You know, that's one of those, girl, you remember when y'all was drunk and y'all was arguing about this stupid shit?
Right.
You know, that type of thing. But to put it back on production, like, I don't like that. I just don't care for Marlo. I'm sorry. She's just like, you don't care for Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't care for Marlo.
And that's fair, because Marlo is not a likable person. So Drew tells Marlo during dinner, don't ever record me again. Stay focused on your edges and getting your record expunged. They go back and forth. Kenya asks Courtney if she wants to speak on what the girls talk about. And that's what I mean when I say Kenya. Like, don't insert yourself in stuff that ain't for you. I would be so happy if Kenya could have an episode where she just chilling. And this could have been a chilling episode, but Kenya just found a reason to insert herself in something. And maybe it's just because she don't like Courtney. I don't know, but I just felt like Kenya.
She don't like Courtney.
Yeah.
That's why she inserted herself. She don't like her.
Okay.
She don't like Courtney. She don't like Marlo. Mm-hmm. Kenya always throws shots with people she don't like.
Right. But okay, so this is again when I say why I do like Candy, because Candy could not like you and sit there and eat her food. I ain't gotta talk to you. Kenya cannot like you and I gotta say something. I gotta insert myself. And why? Like normal people, when you don't like them, you pay them dust. You know what I mean? Like for me, and I guess that's where I'll be like, reality-wise, this don't make sense to me. Because if I don't like a chick and she's somewhere, I ain't even talking to her. I ain't acknowledging her. She don't exist to me. I'm going to talk around her.
I think you do, because there's always a bitch that love to insert themselves. I think so. I think it makes perfect sense.
I ain't come across that person in real life yet.
I usually have worked with them. I've usually worked with them. Like they weren't my friends in real life because I can't deal with it. Okay. But we've all had that coworker that want to insert themselves.
I do got that.
Shit that don't belong to them.
Yes, I do have that.
Worried about it. Yes. We just aren't probably friends with that type of personality. But what can you do? We've definitely seen that shit. Like you always got something to say. Shit don't have nothing to do with you.
Yeah, now co-worker wise, I can totally say I have a co-worker that inserts themselves, say stuff that's no matter, but then I shut that down. Like, why are you speaking to me? I'm not talking to you. Like, I don't like people like that. So I guess that's probably why I be like, Kenya, because I want Kenya to be likable a little bit. God, shut
up. Is likable. She is definitely likable. We like her with Brooklyn. I love seeing Kenya when she has like a real friendship, like her and Cynthia, her and Candy. Yeah. I love Drunk Kenya. Mm-hmm. Drunk Kenya is a whole kiki. Like Kenya got some likable traits.
Yeah, she always inserts it. I can't get a full hour of likable traits. I guess that's what irritates me because I really wanted her to be likable this episode because this ain't had nothing to do with her. So it was like Kenya could just sit back and be like, "You bitches is crazy."
And let's not forget that Courtney also said that Kenya was a mean girl. She deserved karma. So, I mean, her taking jabs at Courtney, I mean, I wasn't surprised. It wasn't like she was
like we said, she don't like her. So, that's
what like her.
If she don't like somebody, is she going to do that? Kenya's done Kenya. So, Courtney says, no, she don't want to talk about that. Marietta says, Marietta says that it seemed like Marietta recorded the girls talking to Courtney, and because they showed a clip of Marietta's recording when the ladies were talking, I guess, to Courtney, and she said it seemed like a collusion type of situation. Kenya says Kenya is constantly saying what happened when she wasn't there. Another moment where I'd be like, Kenya, just please sit back.
Now that was the moment I was confused about. But again, I know that Kenya hate Marlo and them, so of course. But now, Kenya, you definitely got shit to say because your ass was falling off the ground and all of that. Like, girl, now that one I would have definitely told Kenya to shut the hell up.
That's why all these notes be like Kenya, because I was like, why is she still talking?
I don't know, but that would have been if I was on the show. I would have told Team Twirl to twirl her ass up out of this goddamn conversation. That's what
trust me, we was gonna get the conflict without Kenya doing it. You know what I'm saying? We were gonna get it anyway because Drew was already pissed that Marlo recorded her. Marietta could have said that because Marietta was there, but we didn't need Kenya to be the one to do it. So that was the only thing. It just,
let me tell you, and Drew reads are so tired.
Yeah, they were.
You cannot battle Marlo. You don't have the range to verbally spar with Marlo because we don't care about those record and like you put no razzle dazzle on it. We know that she is a felon. At least make it an extra joke and razzle dazzle. You don't have no razzle dazzle. You can't really read the girl down.
And I'm tired of hearing about the felon. Like, but I guess that's all she got. But I'm over that. Like, so what?
Like, I just feel like if you're gonna do it, you gotta commit to it. You can't just leave it at like you need to be worried about your expungement. Like, that's not good enough. Like, you're gonna have to add some layers to that. Yeah. You want to clean house and clean records, but you can't clean your own. You gotta add a little into it. You know what I'm saying? Yes. To circle it on back. You want to be law and order and tell the girls what to do, but you don't care about law and order, or you wouldn't need an expungement. Every day it shows you don't make good decisions. You gotta razzle dazzle. You gotta razzle dazzle. Yes. You can't just. That was so tired. I was just like, come on, Drew, tag me in from the TV. But then y'all keep talking about her edge.
Not everybody
is tired.
Not everybody is like a reader. I'm not a reader, so I couldn't be on a shady reality show where that's what we're supposed to do.
No, because Cynthia couldn't read.
Yeah.
Cynthia couldn't read the girls. I don't think you have to be a reader, but if you're going to go back and forth and you're going to attempt to read, then you're going to have to make sure you read. Like Cynthia.
My comeback is I'm more of a heavenly type of person. I'm more of a yo mama.
Well, you know me, I got you anyway. So you would have it'd have been an idiot not saying nothing to her because you know she's not that. So why are you trying that? She didn't do nothing to you.
Right.
So Marlo would have never gotten nothing off because I'd have been like, why are you doing that to her? I hate when people do that when people know like that person ain't gonna fuck with you, they're not gonna read you. So why are you trying to do it?
Right. I'll get real quiet, like, okay. Like, and again, if I'm gonna get upset, I'm gonna want to fight. So that's more, you know what I mean? I be trying to, the way anger management is set up that I had to take, it tell me to just fall back because I want to fight. I want to fight. What you say? Like, we ain't gotta do this talking. We can fight. You want to do that? Because I don't want to do all that blah 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 blah. I don't want to do that.
Trust and believe. We fight just on GP. I'm swinging on Sonya. I don't know why. But just because now we all fit to fight.
Yeah,
on site. I'm grabbing Sheree new fucking face. Okay. It ain't even dried up yet. It ain't even healed yet. You know,
Marlo would have one time to bark at me. I'll be hitting her. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you. Like,
I'd be in a confessional all fucked up. They'd be like, so why did you start a whole brawl? Because Julie jumped in and I went in. So you know. She was upset. She fighting. We all fight. We all losing business endorsements. I couldn't touch her fast enough. We lost the deal. So everybody about to lose business. I just started fighting everybody. Now we all kicked out.
Yep. Everybody.
I'm an Aries rising. I'll burn this house down with us in it.
Especially when it's that one person, like somebody that's like a Cynthia that don't mess with nobody. Why you mess it? Like, leave her alone.
Leave her alone. Or Kim Fields. Kim Fields wasn't a reader.
I would have fought for Kim. I would have jumped in.
I'd have been tearing stuff up with Kim.
I'd have fought. I would have
to lose brand deals today.
Yes, I'd have went off all the way off on that one because I don't like bullies either. And I don't like if I see somebody, I feel like they're getting bullied. But see, you good because you're able to jump in with some words. I'm going to try to fight. Like that's where
I am definitely a candy ass. I'm a candy ass. I don't start it, but I can finish like Candace. Yeah. But I also realize that words have consequences, so I'll be ready for that as well. So I'll be ready either way it goes.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So Kenya and Courtney are going back and forth. Kenya says that Courtney made fun of her. Courtney's for falling, and Courtney's a snake. Kenya's talking to Sheree and Drew about Courtney. Marlo's praising Courtney and shading Kenya to Sanya and Courtney. It was just a whole bunch of everybody was, and I was like, this is a trip. I would want to I felt Sheree on this. Y'all ruining my damn trip.
What happened? Girl, Sheree can go to hell. Her and them 1,000 faces. You started too. And then when you want to relax or do a sound bowl, and it's like, can y'all table this or whatever? You help stir the damn sound bowls as well.
Yeah, I mean, when she's in the room and they're talking, they're doing this and that, the fact that you're just sitting there watching the gossip back and forth, to me, is participating in it. I'm the type of person, and this is just me, this is just how I get down. Everybody don't get down like this. But if it's somebody that I consider a friend, right? Like, let's say my friend group. I got a friend group, you know, my little circle to click, hang girls. We hang out. We do whatever. We got a group chat. We talk or whatever. If someone is saying, if 3 of us is together and one is talking real bad about one that didn't make it that day, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, for real, girl, what'd she say? I'm not doing that because that's my friend. That's all our friend. But we ain't about to sit here and bash one of our friends like that. I can't sit and participate in that. So I'm going to say something like, why are we talking about her like that? You know what I mean? I'm going to say something. And if they keep going, I'm going to excuse myself. I'm not about to participate in this. I don't like that. No. And I walk away. So the fact that Sheree will sit there and do it is participating in my eyes, because I'm a walk away type of chick. And
then I'm going to call you and tell you so you know. I just walked away because this is what they were saying.
Exactly. And they going to know I'm telling too. They going to know. I'm not the fake friend that's going to tell behind your back. Let's call her right now. What you say about let's call her and get this worked out? I've done that with friends before too. And that's why I understood Candy, her stance on it when she was telling Sonya. So you sat there and let them talk. You ain't say nothing because it ain't even necessarily you gotta defend and go in on Candy, but the fact that you sat there and watched it and y'all were getting close and going on trips, that's offensive. Why wouldn't you just say, you know what? I like Candy. Me and Candy, we cool. We getting close. I don't want to sit here and be talking about her like that. You can say that and walk the fuck away. That's how I would, handle myself. But not everybody.
That's not her friend. That was never her friend. That's why you were comfortable with it. And that's cool, Sonya. Just quit saying you trying to be friends with everybody. That's what's pissing us off with Sonya. If that was your friend, you wouldn't have felt comfortable with it.
I do feel like some people are like that. Like they are too busy trying to be people pleasers and please everybody, and you can't do that. I know some people like that, and it's not necessarily a malicious thing, but like Candy, it's not a loyal thing. Like if you can just go with the wind, okay, they said it, I'm hanging with them, and come back over here. Like I can't rock with you like that, because again, it's a meme that goes around that said, I don't care about what they said about me. What you say when they were saying it. What you do.
What you do.
That's what I care about.
And that's what I be caring about too. Because if you ain't calling me right away, or you like last week this happened, then I feel away. Because what are we talking about here?
Exactly. I
agree.
All right, so they get to dinner. We hear about Sheree's sex life with Martell. They haven't gone this long without having sex. That's what Martell says. Drew is in counseling. They were in marriage counseling, but Drew is remained in counseling, and Ralph has taken a break from counseling. Okay, he's no longer doing it. They bring up the video recording again that Marlo record and the lying about Drew lying. They go back and forth again. So Sheree says she's over it. And although we just said, Sheree, you know, like you participate in it too, I was over it. I don't think Sheree was really over it. Me personally, I was over it. I don't care about this recording. I don't care about Drew kissing Toya. I don't want to talk about this no more. Like, are we gonna talk about it every scene? It was just, I was over it personally. Like, rap scene. Like, why are we still talking about this? I cannot. It's just not reality to me, Karma. I cannot go to dinner with my girls and they linger on something like that. Should have been that we was talking about like 3 days ago. Why are we still talking about this? I'll be like, I'm about to go touring. I'm about to go sightsee. I don't want to hang with y'all no more. I would have left. They would have got on my nerves. Like,
yeah, I would have been. Well, first of all, that's why we're not good for reality TV, because we probably would have left early for almost every shoot.
With Candy. Like,
I'd have left with Candy. I'd have been like, can I go to the concert? Because I don't want to be here.
Right.
Let's just go to the concert. I'll watch the same set like I did last week, because I don't want to be here. They tripping.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had that type of time. Or the fans would have called me boring, because half the scenes I wouldn't have said shit.
Right. I'd have been like, it's just, I don't know. It's so hard for me to be like looking at them like this is real. I just don't feel like it's real. I feel like y'all all putting on for the camera. And maybe like truly, hey Brandon, maybe it's true, and maybe this is real and they're real feelings, but it just seemed like they just doing extra for camera, and it's stupid. And
that's the part. It's just extra. Yeah. Like for Kenya, I would have been told Courtney, I just don't like you. I don't want you touching me, breathing next to me, looking at me, asking me if I want some salt or pepper across the table. Right. I don't care how you doing, how you being, or where you going. I don't care about your boyfriend, your baby daddy, or your co-parenting. I don't care, and I don't like you. That's what she should say.
And let it go.
That's what you say. Say what you're saying.
Say what you're saying. Say what you're saying. Please. Okay, so like the next day, Kenya and Marlo were giving fashions. I did say this. I didn't get the pictures, but they were giving fashions. So they were going to a winery, and Kenya had on her little hat. I was like, okay, look at Kenya. She had her heels. Fashions, and then Marlo had a nice little weird top situation.
You know, Marlo gonna always put on.
I was like, okay, Marlo and Kenya was giving the girls fashions, and I loved it. Everybody else looked basic, but they look good. Okay,
yeah, Marlo's always gonna give fashion. That's one thing about her for sure.
Yes. Okay, so at the winery, Marlo gets a text from Ralph. So she says it to the group. She don't want to hold it because she said it'll be, in her mind. So she says something. Ralph told Drew, basically said, I heard you had my name in your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth. Don't talk about me no more or whatever. Because what happened was when Marlo and Drew was going back and forth, Drew had asked Marlo, what do you do for a living? Do some work or something. And Marlo's, I do the same thing your husband do in tech. I work in tech. And Drew told her husband that Marlo said that. So don't text me.
Here's my question. How do y'all feel about when people say the statement, I'm not about to go back and forth with this man? You said something about them, and now if they respond, you're not gonna go back and forth.
So I don't think that Marlo needed to go back and forth with Ralph about that. She did say your husband's in tech. I'm in tech like your husband. I just felt like that was stupid to report that back to Ralph. What are you fighting for? If she said something else, okay, show us, you know what I'm saying? But she said, I work in tech like your husband. Why are we?
But she apologized to Drew because she said, I'm not about to go back and forth. Well, all you giving is an apology. You could have just sent that.
What did she apologize for?
She did. She said, tell your husband, you know, that because I'm not going to go back and forth for him. So you can report that back. That, you know, I apologize. This is what I said. But all I was saying was, you know, that he's in tech. So this is public information. And she said, you shouldn't have my husband's name in your mouth at all. So my thing is, if you was going to give an apology, you could have just wrote that shit. You could have just wrote it. I don't even know why he has her number.
I don't go back and forth with men either, Karma. So I'm gonna totally say I understand that whole thing because I don't like that's one.
I don't go back and forth. But see, I don't start it. But if I would have said something about somebody and they want to approach me for it, I just cannot stand. It's like now it's like I don't want to have a conversation. You didn't mind that when you put somebody else's, like a man's name out of your mouth. That's all I'm saying. Now, I don't go back and forth like how Martell was at the beginning of the season about this text because I'm giving your girl some information. You're not going to come to me arguing with me about it like I'm some grown man. When I was telling my friend, you know, to look out. That don't make no sense to me. But if you trying to talk or throw jabs, and I'm not saying Marlo did because I ain't think it was that damn deep neither. But if he wants to say, I would prefer you to keep my name out your mouth, it's either okay or not.
I guess
they not crazy. Keep my name out your mouth.
I try to look at it and put myself in a situation and circumstance. If all Marlo said was, I do the same thing your husband do, we both work in tech, and your husband texts me like, don't talk, I'm not answering that because I ain't say shit bad about you. So kick rocks, talk to your wife, watch the scene. Like, no, I'm not doing it.
I wouldn't have said nothing to him or her.
Yeah.
Him or her. Yeah. And then I would have blocked him because I don't know how he got her number in the first place.
Like,
so I'd have blocked him.
I mean, if I really truly did not say anything bad about somebody and they coming at me like I said something bad, I ain't dealing with that shit.
Like, I ain't dealing. That's why I said we can't do because we wouldn't give shit. As soon as I showed production.
Wait a minute, we lost Karma. we lost her. Okay, so let me see. Well, we get Karma back together. I'm gonna just continue my notes. But yeah, I personally would not. I'm gonna let Karma bring her straight back. I would personally, I got the 2 one up. Bam, look at that. Okay, so if it was me, okay, she's back up. Wait a minute. We got her. Now your old one's still up there. What happened? Okay, you good.
I don't know, y'all. My laptop just said good night. It was up. I'm literally on my phone. It just said good night. I'm not doing it no. We said something about Marlo and Drew, and my laptop said, I'm so done talking about this shit. I'm done.
Right.
So, okay, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I personally was like, nah, no. Ralph, don't text me. And I don't want nobody's husband texting me trying to fight. Because then what happens if I snap back at him? You know what I mean? Like, so I do understand that whole thing. And I probably would have, the way my mind is set up, cussed his ass out. Because if I really didn't say nothing bad about him, I would have cussed him and his wife out. First of all, why would you tell him I said some shit crazy when all I said was me and him both in tech? You stupid and your husband stupid too. Like, I would have been mad. Like, I would have wanted to fight. You got this dumbass nigga texting my phone. Don't make me call Scotland to come whoop his ass. Like, you know, that'd have been the problem. So I don't want to.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Scotland probably would have had to fight. He had to get them chef knives. Because now I'm gonna give you something to be mad about. Because now I'm slicing and dicing up in this.
Right.
And they both girl. It's been a Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, it'd been a fight. Okay, so now I want to know what Ralph really does. Is he not in tech? Does he do something else? Does he not do something? What's the issue? Because all she said was he worked in tech. Then we see they, at the winery, some Amish people come in and they like starting to dance and do dancing. Drew calls them pilgrims. I call them Amish. They do. Manetta say, y'all, let's do the cuff it challenge. They do the cuff it challenge with the Amish people, and that is it. I was like, boo! I was just like, it was so irritated with the episode. I did not
like it. This was tough to watch. This wasn't a great episode.
I did not like it at all. 2. I did not like the episode. It was just arguing about stupid stuff the whole time. Kenya inserting herself. Marlo taping people and recording it and starting stuff. Courtney and Kenya and Drew, I don't care. I just did not care. The only thing that I liked was the sound bath because I want to try it. That's the only thing I like. So I ain't like nothing.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad episode. I don't even know how to rate this episode. I'm gonna go with a strong D- because it took me until today to watch it. I couldn't get through the whole episode. It took me about 4 days to get through this episode. So I'm gonna give this about a D-. It was bad.
So I finished it.
I would even argue this is probably the worst episode to date for me.
Yeah. So we were supposed to do our show yesterday, and I watched it yesterday morning. And I had been watching it bits and pieces since Sunday, and I could not get through. Like, so my notes, I would just, like go back to them and type. Because it was getting on my nerves. And I was like,
it was bad.
It was terrible. The episode was trash. I'm sorry, y'all.
At this point, the speak on it and interviews and outside of the show is more interesting.
Yeah.
At this point. So
shout out to Candy for her speak on it. She had Bondi Blue, who's a YouTube content creator, on there, and it was a good episode. I love Bondi Blue. I follow Bondi Blue. Been following her since like 2012 when she first started. And it was dope to see her up there and had the conversations. And I can't wait. I'm like, Bondi. Bondi was on Tasha K's channel. Bondi is on Candy's channel, like doing. Okay, Bondi, come on, grow.
Yes. I've been watching Bondi for a while now, like before she quit her job and did all of that. So it was great to see.
Before she got married, like
yes, and I feel like because I feel I'm in close proximity as a bonbon. Yeah, she made it to Candy. I'm on my way, Candy.
You close, girl.
I'm on my way. Because now what I watch, you right there. You coming for me. You trying to find me. You know what I mean?
She weaning around.
She's weaving through the traffic.
She is. She coming. She's coming, y'all. It's coming. Okay, so.
And I promise you, I'm pushing Todd the fuck out of my picture. I'm gonna be like this. I'm gonna mug the shit out of Todd.
Okay, so guys, thank you so much for watching this. What we're gonna do is we're going to end this broadcast and then we're going to start a new one and we're going to do our hot topic segment. So come right back, okay, to YouTube.
Right back.
And we're going to talk about it. So we love you. We thank you so much for everything and all the support. And we will be right back. So